Turn me up just a little bit. Yeah, it's that MySpace vibe. Step in the zone, microphone check. Russ and Less got the real intellect. Talk smooth like jazz on a late night set. With a convo deep and the topics connect. From the struggles to the wins, they address it with grace. Drop lines so cool, you can feel the bass. Two kings of the craft, man, you know the rest. Kick back, pour a drink, welcome to the space. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. Hang out, cause now you vibing with nothing but the best. Space forever.
Welcome into another edition of the ManSpace Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and with me, as always, who has been working on his rap career ever since he found out about the young lady who got paid from Dr. Pepper, the one and only Big Les.
Humana.
Yeah. That's not working. Les.
That's not gonna work.
That's not working.
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Churches is not gonna want you on that one.
Churches. Hey man, I don't know, bro. I give him a good voiceover. Them wings, oh my, them wings.
It's the jalapeno pepper. You gotta have the pepper,
bro. And you got a jalapeno on it, man. Oh, that's how I got turned on to him.
That's it.
That's it right there. I mean, people don't eat it. They say it's junk chicken because how can a wing be this big?
That is true. That is true.
I could say a lot of things, but I'm not going to get into it. But I'll just say
we'll save that for another day, man. What's going on with you, brother?
The chicken banging. Oh, not much, man. This winter, catastrophic storm and all this other stuff going on in the southeast. Ice, and I've been banging and trying to clear ice out for the last 2 days, man.
Man, today was the first day I've gone outside since Saturday. I said I was not going out until the temperatures got above my age. It's not happening.
Well, boy, it ain't springtime yet. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not springtime yet. Jeez, oh, peace. If that was the case, I'd be in here like a hermit, dog. Since,
I know, right?
The Groundhog Day or something. They get above that. Hey, but
this send a wellness checks on you.
Hey man, hey listen.
So long.
I'm good, bro. I got a freezer full of food. I got a generator. I got charcoal. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I'm good, bro. I'll melt some snow. I'll drink some plastic snow, and we'll call it a day.
Call it a day. Oh my gosh. Okay, the plastic snow. We'll have a conversation about that another day. I saw that video too.
You saw the video too? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
like how dumb are people? But anyway, another day. Listen, ManSpace Nation. We have a guest that is joining us today. And ManSpace Nation, let me tell you, this guy is a 2-time Emmy Award winning journalist and publisher. He just began his storytelling journey at a young age, freelancing at his local high school paper, and then took an internship working at the Dr. Phil show, later on NBC Los Angeles, and then went on to produce live television, the morning shows in Washington, DC. Wow. Man, this guy, he is the creative force behind The Mother Side, and then went on to produce ABC 7 and FOX5 Good Day. Listen, when this guy won his first Emmy, Les, do you know what he was doing?
I do, but I'm sure that our listeners don't, which is amazing.
He was door dashing at the time when he got his first. Oh my God. I'm just like that. That just shows you that this business is about the love and not the money.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
determination.
Please welcome our guest today, none other than Kyle Ridley.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Kyle.
We definitely appreciate having you on the show.
Absolutely.
But right off the bat, Kyle, I have something very, very important to ask you. I have just showered over your website, and there was one picture in particular I have to ask you about.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this one. Go ahead. Go. Because it's the same one for me.
Kerry Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that smile.
It tells you everything.
I know. Right. I know. I need to whisper this because my wife is right downstairs and she might hear this.
Yeah.
Is she as beautiful in person as she is on TV?
Very beautiful, very kind. She was very welcoming with everyone because, it's local TV I did in DC.
Yeah.
So this was Good Day DC, FOX5. And she was there last year to promote the 688. So she came to DC to talk about that movie. And I went up to her before the segment, and I just said I was a big admirer of her work. And I said I really loved her memoir. And she was so kind. And she took time after the interview with everyone to take a little moment to get a photo with everyone and hear what they had to say. So she's a class act. She's one of my favorites.
I'm going into journalism.
Yeah, he's living the life, man. And honestly, Les, that's kind of the direction I was starting to go.
Really?
Before Uncle Sam called me to go the other way. But that was my direction. I wanted to be behind the scenes producing and directing and doing all that stuff myself.
I had no clue. I didn't want to do nothing with schoolwork, writing, any of that.
We can tell.
Whatever. I have a middle finger up behind camera. Sorry, Kyle. We didn't want to give you the wrong impression, but this is, our banter.
I enjoy it. I love it.
It's all right. Well, you didn't do much better because me and you both were in Uncle Sam's green suits.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, true. There you go. But listen, Kyle, just tell us a little bit about, to the Manspace Nation, who you are. Give us a little background on you and what makes Kyle the person that he is.
Yeah, so I've been a lover of journalism and pop culture my whole life. I started in high school writing for my school newspaper and then made ties with the local paper at that time. This was early 2000s when, we had newspapers. They've all declined since then. But I started freelancing for them. It was mainly arts, entertainment writing. So here in the DC area, back in my print journalism days, I would interview celebrities, comedians, musicians who would come to town to play a show. And these were all phone interviews. And then when I turned 30, I decided I want to give broadcasting another try because in my senior year of college, I interned in LA at NBC and the Dr. Phil show. So I was like, let me go back to this broadcasting passion, and then worked my way up the ladder at a local ABC here in DC and then Fox 5. And during those years, I was a morning show producer. So those 3 a.m. wake ups, and you're in charge of your own hour. So like my morning is writing the whole show, writing all the anchor scripts. I booked all my guests, and then I would be the one who preps the anchors to do these 3 to 5 minute interviews, but the producer's doing the research and then prepping them and building graphics for the show. It's very it's a grind, but you obviously have to have a lot of joy. It's not high paying, but I think it builds a lot of character because every day you're on a deadline. You have to be in at 4 a.m. and you have to have a whole hour show written by 9 a.m. to go live. So it keeps you on your toes. But the cool thing is you really get to meet a lot of fun people along the way. If you think of a Today Show or a Good Morning America, they lighten up throughout the hour. So I usually did like the 9 or 10 a.m. hours. So we start with the hard news, politics, local news, everything you need to know. And then through the hour, we lighten up with food and drinks and celebrities and comedy. That was my favorite part. And I left about a year ago. I left after the election. I was like, I have been through this before. DC is not the best place to be. It's pretty, just the waking up every day at 3 a.m. to report on such depressing news was getting to me. And I was like, let me go out on my own. And so I started my own podcast. And now the joy that I'm having is being able to book these people myself, and instead of researching for a 3 to 5 minute interview, I'm able to sit down with them for, an hour and really get to the underbelly of their character and their past. So that's what I love. But the doors aren't closed. I've done some consulting for TV still, and I'm in touch. So we'll see if I go back into the control room. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
So that kind of leads to the question I was going to ask you. What's the most fulfilling for you? Is it the daytime TV or is it the local news?
So I am one of these people. I do not have cable anymore, so I'm not watching live TV. So like everyone, we're getting our news on Instagram and social media. But I would say, my passions growing up, my North Stars were like the Rosie O'Donnell show. I would go home and after school watch, and I would watch Oprah, of course, The View back in the day with like Rosie and Whoopi, those chaotic times. I love all that. But my favorite part of producing for local TV is being able to give local people a platform. It's not just the celebrities. Most of the content that we build are local people. So I created a show that won an Emmy called The Mother Side, which was just local moms that would come in each week, and we'd have panel discussions on the highs and lows of parenthood. And then, I did an education show. I've done a pet show. So I love being able to give people a platform that they can share their stories and express, because I think that's really what everyone wants. They want to feel seen. They want to feel heard. And I love being able to do that.
That's awesome.
So your career has spanned about 20 years or so?
Yeah, a little more than 20. I'm 41 now. So I started in late in high school, like 16, 17.
Nice.
So how have you seen the change using social media? How has that played into the journalism portion? Because, you see, I think I see more news anchors out there showing clips behind the scenes, and it kind of makes, to me, it almost makes the shows more popular, because now you feel, oh, I know this person. Let me watch their show. Oh, I'm in Detroit. I'm going to turn on, FOX5. I'm here. I'm going to turn on this channel, because I start seeing these people on social media. How does that play in for you?
I've definitely had to hone my social media skills, particularly in the last year with launching my own podcast. But when in news, it was a big thing. And in the 10 years that I was in it, it got stronger each year. There was more pressure. And I worked at a station where they had a chart where they would track the anchors. It was all about their engagement, their posts, because it's not really about live TV anymore. It's not about those ratings. They come into play, but it's really about how many views are we getting on the web? How many views are we getting on social media? Because that's the driving force now. They want more ads on social and web rather than a commercial these days. So I know that especially, veteran journalists that have been around for 20, 30, 40 years, that's a learning curve for them, because they're not used to this, and now they're having to get out their phone and not just report the news and study their scripts, but make their own content and basically do another show on their phone for people. So it's a lot. There's a lot being asked of journalists, because at the same time, with ratings dwindling and ad numbers dwindling, the staff is dwindling. So a lot of people are having to wear multiple hats. And I think that's also what we're seeing with a lot of journalists leaving the field, is that we don't have many resources right now. And it's I think, hindering work-life balance for a lot of people. So they're going off on their own to make their own content.
Yeah, there's one meteorologist, and I'm sure you've probably seen him. And for the life of me, I cannot think of his name at the moment. But he was in Charlotte, and he started doing segments where he was just dancing.
Oh, dancing. What is his name?
And it led to him going to New York now. So he's doing the news in New York coming out of Charlotte, just because he got so popular. His following just got so big that he had to make the move. And
he's known as the dancing weatherman.
Yeah.
Nick is his name. Nick. Yeah, that's big. And social media can launch your career, I guess, not just in TV, but we're seeing it in the comedy space too. You don't have to hone they used to say you're not a true stand-up unless you've given yourself 10 years. And now you can make a viral TikTok and comedy clubs want to book you. But can you really maintain that career? Like, are you going to control the crowd? Are you going to control a crowd for an hour instead of, a 2-minute TikTok?
Yeah. It's one guy I happen to, I see him on TikTok and Instagram, and I would watch his content. And one day I'm watching The Neighborhood, and like, hey, there he is. He's the FedEx guy on The Neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
I like that show. Tashina, Sorry, Tashina Arnold came on my show once, and
Yes.
she was a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she seems
Yeah,
to
we're
be.
big.
We're big fans.
I love her. I love
yeah,
her too. Big
Tachina
fan.
Arnold,
Curious what
yeah.
she's going to do next now that the Neighborhood's ending this year.
I
Yeah,
know.
but
I
it
know.
was shocking to me to really find out about her career, how she started so young, you know, and singing and all of these different things. I didn't know she was a singer.
I didn't either
You know?
until I heard her on the Neighborhood. They've
Yeah,
given her some sense.
yeah. Singer, actor. She's great. I can go on and on, but I'm not.
I know. Well, we all grew up with her as Pam, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and it's
That's right.
yeah. I still watch Martin when it comes on, so it is what it is. You know,
Groundbreaking show. The 90s, those sitcom days. My gosh, yeah. Martin Living Single, those back to back.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Living Single.
So
Yeah.
you've had some pretty amazing guests on your show. I listened to the episode with you and Tom Arnold just recently. I've seen you in pictures with Vivica Fox, Leslie Jordan, Sherry Shepherd. Was there ever a moment that you met someone and you just got absolutely just starstruck?
I would say I'm pretty good in the moment. I remember my first year in TV, because it was so new to meeting these people backstage and talking to them. A couple that I was nervous. Carla Hall, Chef Carla Hall, who I really love. She's so down to earth, and she lives in the DC area, but she's just like your best friend right away. So she puts people at ease. I remember right when Insecure came out, she's too big now to do much press, but Issa Rae came on the show.
Yeah.
And I had read her book, and I like stayed backstage for 30 minutes, and she was so warm. And it was before the second season even got picked up. So she was like, I don't know what's taking them so long. And I was like, I don't know either. And it's been so cool to see just how she's exploded over this last decade. So she was a big one. Dustin Lance Black, who I actually had on my podcast, he's the Oscar winner. He wrote Milk. He was a big deal because I had written a whole college essay about his Oscar speech. So when he came to my show, I was able to give that to him. That was a big deal. But yeah, I try to stay pretty grounded. Kerry Washington was huge. Uzo Aduba was huge. LL Cool J was huge. But everyone who like agrees to go to a morning show, they know what they're in for. So they're pretty down to earth. No one's been disappointed.
Yeah. Now tell us who's on your bucket list. Who is on your bucket list to interview?
I made one when I started the podcast. Rosie O'Donnell is a big one. Hoda Kotb is the reason I got into TV. I would love to have them. I love a lot of comedians like Nikki Glazer. I love. Alanis Morissette is my #1 musician of all time. She would be a dream guest. So yeah, I'm slowly crossing some of them off. I've met Sherry Shepherd a lot, but I haven't had her on my podcast. But I would love to speak with her. I had her best friend Kim Whitley on, so that was fun. So I'm working my way in.
I'm sure Kim was pretty fun. She's
got to be hilarious.
She has a lot to say. Yeah, she's a hustler. She's been at it for a long time.
Yes, she has. Yeah,
underrated. I think.
Yes, absolutely underrated.
That's awesome.
Listen, we're gonna jump into a game. It is the Man Space Game Show. You're gonna have to compete against my co-host Les. Now, the game, Les, I've changed the game this time.
Oh, I just figured it out.
This time, this is going to be our Emmy edition of the game. And you're going to have to figure out if this actor or actress has won an Emmy or not. Yes or no?
Kyle, you won.
We'll see. I do love award shows, but we'll see.
You won.
We're going to say first to 5 or until I run out of questions.
He knows I don't watch TV. Okay, go ahead.
Les, you got a 50-50 shot. You know, it's yes or no.
And I can be 50 the wrong way every time. But it's okay. We're going to do this. I'm good. I'm a good sport. I'm going to take it. Here we go, Kyle. I'm competitive.
All right.
All right. So our guest is going to go first. This is yes or no. Did this person
she's
win?
a record-breaking Emmy winner, I believe.
Yeah, I knew that.
Julia Louis Dreyfus. Yes, you are correct, sir. She is an Emmy winner. Okay, I'm a little slow on the sound effects. All right.
Watch this, Kyle. Watch this. Of course he is.
I don't think he's won an Emmy.
See?
Wrong.
In the court
1-0, Kyle.
In the court of my opinion, Tom Cruise should have an Emmy. There you go.
All right. Question back to you, Kyle. Next one up is Denzel Washington.
Ooh.
Saint Elsewhere fame.
Yeah. Ooh. No?
You are correct. He has never won an Emmy.
Just an Oscar. Oscar and a Tony.
Yeah.
That's right. Les, next one's to you. From The Office, Steve Carell.
I'm going to say yes.
No.
Well, I'm going to say yes to all of them.
He should have, though. He should have.
He should have, yes.
Yeah.
2-0. Kyle is up. Next question back to you, Kyle. Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
You are correct.
Game over. I don't want to play.
He's won 5. 3-0. Okay.
He's won 5?
Yes, he's won 5.
Michael J. Fox? I mean,
yeah.
I liked it. I actually really like Michael J. Fox. Okay, go ahead. Let's see if I can F this one up. Let's go.
Maya Rudolph.
I would say no because of the caliber of the people I said yes to. I knew it was going to be. So the whole thing is rigged. It's rigged. The whole thing is rigged.
Back to you, Kyle. Our next one is the Fresh Prince himself, Will Smith.
I actually don't think he has.
No, I would say no to that one too.
You are correct. 4-0.
See, this is absolutely unfair. This is just.
You can come up. You can come up.
You can still come. You can still come back, Les. All right, Les.
All right, let's go.
Here you go. 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, out of all people, I'm gonna say yes. Again.
Still, Les.
I guess my standards are so much lower for Emmy than what the Emmy standards are. Okay, let's go.
You can close it out on this one right here.
Now we're going to 10.
George Clooney.
Ooh,
say yes, because that's what I would say.
I might say no. I know he's won an Oscar. No?
You are correct. 5-0. Les, you were just skunked in this, Les. I can't believe
I ain't doing it no more. From now on, you're gonna tell me what the game is before the game starts.
I have to make it fair for our co-host. I mean, for our guests now.
Listen, man. You're insulting Kyle, man. You're insulting him, man.
I'm gonna give you a bonus chance right here.
There is no. I'm gonna say yes.
Here's a bonus chance right here, Les.
All right, go ahead.
Next slide. Regina King.
Oh my God, I love her. But yes, she get an Emmy from me. I'm gonna write it down right now.
See, you finally got one, even though the game's over. You finally got one right, Les.
It don't count. It don't count.
She's won a couple.
Yeah, she's won 4 of them.
Yeah.
I love her.
I do too.
She would be a dream guest. I love her.
I was going to say, Kyle, when you get her on, can we sit in the green room?
Just let us sit in the green room.
Just let us sit in the green room, please.
She is one of my favorites.
Zendaya
has one. Yeah.
Yeah, Zendaya.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean. You know.
No, I don't think
Kuko. No, I would say no to that.
See,
All
you would have
right.
got another one right, Les.
Yeah,
She
but we
has
didn't go
not.
to 10. You know what I mean?
Jason
Yes.
Sudeikis,
Yes.
Courtney Cox,
No.
Oh, I would have said yes. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
I don't think he's got an Emmy.
I
You
don't
would
think so
be
either,
wrong.
unless it's a comedy special.
Oh, you both would be wrong. He
Ooh.
He
has
does?
one. Yes. He is
For Raw?
no.
For his comedy special? No?
He got it for
Please don't say
for-
Beverly Hills Cop.
no. It's TV. It'll be
Oh. Yeah. No.
Warren Morris. You would be wrong. You would be wrong, Les.
Hey,
This is the one I really wanted to get
this
to
thing
right here.
this thing is going backwards again.
Felicia Rashad.
I would say yes, but I'm pretty sure it's enough.
I think no, too, right? She was snubbed a lot for the Cosby Show?
She was snubbed. You are correct. She has never won one.
Yep.
She has
She
never
didn't do a
won
whole
one.
lot after the Cosby Show.
Right.
I'm going to say,
Nice.
hell
Michael
yeah.
Michael
This
C.
serial
Hall.
killer, you know he's got one.
Nope.
What?
No?
Nope.
Maybe it was just the Golden
No.
Globes.
That's right. Kerry Washington. Oh,
I'm not going to go against Kyle on this one. I mean,
I actually don't think she's won.
no. I would say yes.
I think Viola Davis beat her.
you are correct,
Oh.
Kyle. Viola Davis did beat her. She's been nominated several times during their Scandals run, but she never won.
What about Keith or
Lord.
Sutherland? Come on, man. Where's Kiefer? You know, Hugh. I'm sure he has
One.
one.
House won?
House.
Yeah. House won.
No. The show
No?
won. He never did.
Okay.
He
didn't
never
win.
did.
Oh,
But anyway, Kyle, you are our winner today.
So thrilling.
Kyle, you get the celebratory clap. Yay,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
The prizes are not here. I had some candy cigarettes and stuff and a kazoo and all this other stuff for you. They'll be in the mail.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm so sick of getting beat at these constructed games that you make. You know,
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're
Jesus.
going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after we reset with more of the Man Space podcast. Man Space Nation, those of you who are watching us on WTMSTV.com, we are joined by our special guest, two-time Emmy-winning, award-winning journalist, Kyle Ridley. Now, Kyle, we know that journalism itself can be very challenging. It's very competitive. Do you feel, because you've been very open about your struggles with bulimia and anemia, do you feel that the pressures from that kind of contributed to that? Or was it something that was earlier on in your younger years that may have kind of contributed into that?
Yeah, I just started opening up about my past battles with eating disorders because I think, being a TV producer, I would get pitched a lot for these type of segments, like during Eating Disorder Awareness Month. But it was always women, it was always nurses, and as someone who struggled with it in my past, I feel like there's so much stigma attached with men that have battled disordered eating. My struggle didn't come from TV. It started in my early 20s before I became a TV producer. So I was in print journalism, and it really started in college. And I think, I've gone to a lot of therapy, but I do think there's a genetic component because there are people in my family who've dealt with it. I've also, we grew up in the 90s, that heroin chic culture where you're on a different diet every week, and we had those Alestra Wow chips and Snackwells, and fat was bad, and like we didn't really know anything about nutrition back then, and I wasn't raised to know anything about nutrition. We were a very generic type of family, just shopping at Walmart, no like fancy foods, no name brands. Microwavable foods. We didn't, buy produce. So I think my issues came from, one is body struggles, body image struggles growing up. I was always like the chubby kid, and then being like the chubby gay kid added on top of that. But I think in turn, eating disorders are all about control. So trying to control surroundings. And that's one thing you can control, is what you're eating and what's going into your body. And at the same time, it's just like a drug. It's comforting you. You feel like you're filling up on something. It's bad for you, but it's soothing you. And then you're getting rid of it. It's a vicious cycle. I battled it for about 7, 8 years throughout my 20s, and in my 30s really started to get help. But it's important to talk about because it really does take control over you. It really limited my social life. I didn't want to see people. I didn't go out. I went, these people are often high functioning. Like I graduated with a 4.0. I had good work. I had made good money, but people don't know what's going on beneath the surface. Again, you're controlling everything to make it look good, and inside you're struggling. And so my whole life was revolved around when could I eat, and spending thousands of dollars on these binges, and suddenly one becomes two, and it becomes a daily process, and then it becomes years. And then I think the turning point was an intervention with my a couple loved ones, and just fear of losing my life and also losing my support system. And like I was in a relationship, I was hiding everything. It's a disease of secrecy and shame. So I just want more people to speak about it, and in turn accept it in themselves, and make that hopefully be the pushing point to get help.
Because when I hear bulimia, I instantly think of teen girls and stuff like that, and I don't think it's really broadcast out there for men who are having these issues. Why do you think men don't talk about it? And why did you actually, what made you just say, hey, I'm going to tell everybody about my struggle?
I think there's a stereotype that only women have body image issues. And when you put on the bulimia component, it's in itself, it's a nasty thing to think about. It's a nasty thing to admit to doing. It's a violent disease. It's a violent act to make yourself throw up multiple times a day. And I think there's a lot of shame that comes with it. I think because it is so widespread among females, pretty much every female I know has struggled with something at some point. Maybe not the extreme, but everyone, we're raised in such a diet obsessed culture, and now we're raised in such a GLP-1 culture. We're almost heading down another dangerous path where we see these celebrities that look unhealthy. It's scary to see. They don't have a problem. They're on medicine. The medicine, I'm curious to see what happens in these coming years, because there's got to be a turning point if you're going to live on these type of things forever and look the same way. Where are you getting your nutrition? I think there's also the stereotype that only gay men have body image issues. That's not true. I know straight men, and it runs the gamut. So, eating disorders, there's anorexia, there's bulimia, there's restricting, there's withholding. You also see men that are jacked with muscles and six packs and unbelievably built bodies. There's some sort of disconnect that's happening there, where there's an obsession. That takes a lot of work to maintain that body. It takes a lot of restricting. It takes a lot of time in the gym, and in that same realm, it's almost an addiction where you're putting aside other components of your life to maintain this type of body. So it doesn't have to be a small, tiny body. I've been overweight and struggled with eating disorders and body image issues. It's just not talked about with men. And so it was on the 9th or 10th anniversary of my recovery of my last time binging and purging that I made a post on Instagram and got a lot of support and that was a couple years ago because I'm about 14 years now, but I still haven't spoken about it. So I made this goal this
Right.
year to really come out and give it a voice, give it a face and a name for
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it. So I'm
I
happy to
think
do
that's
that.
cool.
And if one person has helped, I've already received a lot of great feedback, but it's such a
Yeah.
hidden struggle, and
Mhm.
it just needs to be brought out more. I've had many private messages, so I
Yeah.
know there's people out there. So hopefully this will reach some others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this would change um, the view of masculinity being men that suffer from this? Do you think that would change the view of the masculinity of these men?
I am hoping to shift the narrative that masculinity doesn't mean not being vulnerable, because I think being
Mm,
vulnerability should be tied to masculinity. I think that
Mhm.
yeah.
might almost heighten the masculinity. I think we've
Mhm.
unfairly defined masculinity as being, stoic and tough. And I
Oof,
think
oof.
with a lot
Mhm.
of that comes
Yeah.
pushing down your emotions and not expressing.
Right.
So maybe we can
Mhm.
reverse that and blend those two together, vulnerability and masculinity. I think that would almost make men more powerful.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a man that communicates and is able to express how he feels by communication, I think that's
Mhm.
more masculine than just sitting around and you know, oh, I'll just go in the garage. You know,
Right.
those dudes cry in the shower. Let's be honest. They just don't want to, you know what I mean? Listen,
Yeah.
communication is a great thing. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mhm.
Do you feel well? I just want to go back for just a second. Like, what was the breaking point for you to say, "I need help"?
I was 2 or 3 years into a relationship, and it was,
Mhm.
the person that I would eventually end up marrying, and for those first couple years, they didn't know anything. I think they knew that I had food issues or were picky or, like
Right.
to, um, be a certain way, like, look a certain way, but I
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
Yeah.
binged. I never threw up in front of this person. It was all done in secret. It was like when they went to work or when I was going home from work, it would be in the car. I would go into a restaurant.
Right.
And as the pounds started shedding, when I
Mhm.
would show up at family functions, I would see the looks and I would hear concerns, or my mom would talk to me afterward or like check in. And I think I'm trying to remember, but I think it was a family function that we were at, and my mom ended up contacting my partner and filling them in on everything that they were not aware of.
Mhm.
And so I knew at that point it it was serious, that I either needed to do something to change or else I was going to possibly lose my life, which I had gotten to a point where like I knew it was a possibility. I thought I was going to
Mhm.
lose my partner. I thought I was going
Right.
to be just alone, and I knew I had a strong
Mhm.
support system out there. So it took years, unfortunately, to really lean into it, and then in
Mhm.
turn get professional help as well.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of times it is fear that turns someone. Sometimes you need
Yeah.
either a wake up call from someone else, or sometimes you need a health scare to turn things around. And I've had some health issues as well, so I also just felt like I was almost losing hope. I would think at sometimes I was approaching 30, and I was like, oh well, maybe I won't be getting over this, because like a diet, it would be like, okay, Monday I'm done. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be good.
Mhm.
And then you don't make it through a day, or you make it through one day, and then you start it all over again. And I was like, how long can this last? I
Yeah.
if it does continue, I'm gonna be all alone and living this life, hunkered inside with food and not
Right.
living for anyone else. It was becoming sad, and I knew it was serious during that intervention.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Now,
Mm.
we're talking about bulimia, but there's also, anemia, and a lot of people don't know the difference in the two. Can you explain that? And do you have
Oh, do you mean
struggles with anemia?
anorexia?
Well, anorexia, yeah.
Anorexia. Well, bulimia is the um, consuming of a massive amount of food, binging, and then ridding of it all, so throwing up.
Mhm.
And there's also exercise bulimia, so where you overeat and then you spend hours and hours in the gym trying to burn everything off. There's
Wow.
also a form of bulimia where you eat a lot and then will not eat for days on end to try to balance it out. And then anorexia
Wow.
is more restricting on a whole. So not really eating or eating the bare minimum to survive. I have known people that will live off of like you know, carrots or coffee and carrots, or you know,
Wow.
raw pumpkin, really not getting any nutritional value that is going to sustain you or fill you, and it's just going to emaciate you. It's I will they're both, there's no one is better or worse than the other. They're both extremely dangerous, extremely vicious. With bulimia, you are consuming calories, you're throwing it up. Some, you can't ever get rid of everything. So some stays in you, but at the same time, you're damaging your heart. Throwing up that much is not good for your body. You are you're ridding of your nutrients. It can affect your hair, your eyes, your teeth, your breath, everything. You're affecting your bone health. It can make you brittle. And same thing with anorexia. It's a vicious cycle. And then, you know, we have a thing called what's it called? It's escaping me right now, but people that become so obsessed with nutrition where what they are, they might not be restricting, but they're so consumed by nutritious labels and what they're consuming that they don't allow for anything else, and there's no diversities, that their body becomes so used to one thing. And that's also it's also very isolating when you become so consumed with everything you're putting in your body and researching everything and not going out to dinner because you need to research the menu or ask for a special menu. It's a hard to escape. And unlike drugs or alcohol, where you can recover and never touch those things again, with food, you're touching it every day. So it really becomes a retraining, and you have to relearn. You have to learn nutrition. You have to learn the good and bad. And then you also have to learn that there really isn't bad. It's really moderation. And so when you are struggling, you see everything as a fear food, or no, that's a bad food. So sort of every year I'm trying to incorporate new foods or those fear foods back into my diet. But unlike drugs and alcohol, I will never consider myself recovered or healed. I am fully aware every time I eat something, what I'm putting in my body. I'm fully aware that I'm not going to throw it up, but I am not immune to overeating and, you know, feeling sluggish and bad and like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. But I learned that, okay, I can get back on track tomorrow. I deserve a cheat day now and then. I deserve to eat what I want and not worry about where I'm going out with friends. So it really takes a long time to retrain your brain, but it's a rewarding process to not sort of have to hold on to that ghost forever.
Well, I applaud you for actually going to get help. You mentioned, you know, going to a therapist. What was the point where you said, hey, I'm going to go to an actual therapist, or were you urged from somebody, you know, from your family and friends to do so?
I was urged and sort of agreed to it because I was trying to hold on to everything that I had. So I didn't want to lose anything. So at that point, the intervention, I was like, okay, I'll do this. I did not go to in treatment. It was recommended I go to in treatment. And I think some people do need it. And maybe I would have recovered quicker, but I didn't. I was probably too scared to go. But there are great outpatient facilities. There's great therapists. There's also, hopefully, people have friends. Opening up to one friend who you think will understand and that you can confide in is a big deal. And I, even during many years of my recovery, I never told anyone. So I didn't really tell people for nearly a decade that I had struggled with it. So I think also there's a difference between secrecy and privacy. Privacy a lot of times is about being respective of something. I need to keep this private for myself or this person. I need to set a boundary out of respect. And then there's secrecy is really muddled in shame. So you're hiding things, you're lying, you're keeping secrets because you're so shame-ridden and you want to continue this lie, this cycle. So it's not really about respect of anything. It's really about living a lie and trying to keep everything hidden from everyone.
Well, I'm so happy that you've identified these things and you've taken steps to move yourself forward. That's a blessing, you know what I mean? And trying to help someone else with this, you know, I can do nothing but stand up and applaud you for that. You know,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. There's a lot of men we don't talk about.
There you go.
Talk about us, and we don't want to tell everything about us because this is rah. We got to be so tough and all of this other good jazz. But I applaud for
Thank you. Yeah,
for standing on that stage and putting it out there, because someone else is going to hear it, and you just never know. They may have this same situation brewing, or this could help them get out of this situation. So thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope we are raised, raised our men in a certain way. I'm sure you were similar, but we're told to bury stuff down a lot.
That's right.
Yep.
We're told that sharing our feelings is feminine.
Yeah.
We're told from a very young age, the minute you fall down on that curb, your mother picks you up. You're okay. Brush it off. Don't cry.
Toughen up.
Suck it up. So yeah. Wow.
I got beat with a 2x4. Get up! No, let me stop playing. I didn't know.
So we're ushering in a new generation that will hopefully be vulnerable at a much earlier age.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you, what is your passion today? What drives you today to be who you are?
Yeah, I think since getting out of the corporate world last year, my passion has really been trying to make a life for myself and not really have to rely on other people. I think when you're held to a corporate life for so long, you sort of get into this rhythm of working for someone else and sort of scheduling your life around someone else and when you can take off. And I just found myself pretty burnt out by that. So in this past year, launching my own company and the podcast, that's what I'm super passionate about. I do it all myself, the producing, the editing, the booking. And then, I have my own LLC which is Ridley Media, where I am now helping people get on TV. So from all my years experience, so it's basically media relations. So I have some clients where I can pitch them to TV shows and podcasts all around the country and try to give them a platform. So now rather than me having to be in the grind of building a live show every day and booking my own guests, I can take what I've learned and help people that way and sort of be at home and be with my rescue dogs, which are like my main passion. I have 3 dogs. And it also leaves more time to be with family and friends, because when you're waking up at 3 a.m. every day and having a live show, you live tired. I had to take a nap every day when I got home. Then I had to go to bed at 8 o'clock, and you don't want to go out ever because your body is worn out. So I'm trying to just sort of regenerate right now and do things on my own terms. So that's really about my passion, making my 40s living for myself and not the 9 to 5 of a corporate entity. And so I'm hoping I can do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, my daughter is actually going through a lot of that right now. She's a producer at a sports channel, and she does a lot of coverage for auto racing. So with her being on the East Coast, a lot of times the races are on the West Coast. They don't end till 2, 3 in the morning. And, she's like, Dad, I'm 25 years old. I don't have a life. I'm working till 2, 3 in the morning every weekend. I get home, I'm tired. It's just, it becomes a lot to
it takes a toll. TV, it really takes a toll. I took a toll on my social relationships, my marriage at the time. I'm divorced now, but it's all consuming. You really have to be passionate about it.
Yeah. So let's circle back real quick about your podcast. It's called Tangled, right?
Yeah, The Tangle with Kyle Ridley. It started last June. We're coming up on 50 episodes. It's a celebrity interview podcast where we get tangled in the highs and lows of life. And I like to, go deep, and then I keep some shallow aspects as well. So we keep it fun, but I usually do about an hour with celebrities. I've had a lot of fun people: Kim Whitley, Dustin Lance Black, Phoebe Robinson, Tom Arnold, who you mentioned, Tiffany from the 80s I had on last week. I had comedian Caroline Ray on this week. A lot of other podcasters.
Caroline Ray, she's hilarious.
Nice.
And she's best friends with Kim Whitley too. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She's yeah. So that's really fun. And hopefully it'll just grow along the way. But I'm enjoying these deep dives. And you can download it wherever you get your podcast, and trying to keep myself up to date on the TikToks and Instagram and YouTube. You have to be everywhere nowadays.
That's what I was going to ask you. You're on YouTube, Yeah,
YouTube,
like
TikTok. Instagram. You can just search my name or The Tango with Kyle Ridley. It's all up there. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I loved booking. So I love the booking process and trying to go after these people, and then the research. I usually know a lot about these people, but doing the research myself to find little aspects that I haven't uncovered, I love that as well. Everyone's been super, super sweet and very respective, and I'm not a big name, so it's fun to be able to get these people on my show. I've loved it.
You're a big name to us, Kyle.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you have 2 more Emmys than Les has. So I mean, of course, you're a big.
It's only 2. I can catch up. I don't know in this lifetime, but catch up. It's only 2. It's only 2. This guy's only got 2. Emmys.
Who are your dream guests? Oh, and let me actually hold on. Ooh. One thing I ask all my guests, and I'll ask you this right now. So at the end of the show, I always ask what they're currently tangled in that they're loving, immersing themselves in, whether it's an activity or binge watching or reading, and then what's something frustrating that they need to get untangled from.
Corporate. I'm tangled in corporate America.
We want to get it. We want to get untangled from DC.
We want to get untangled. We want to get untangled from DT. Yeah.
Wow. I tell you, for me, I do much like you with the producing and things like that. I do a lot of the producing on this show. So a lot of the graphics, the editing, the opening that you saw in the beginning,
the singing. He did the singing too for that thing.
I didn't carry that to them because I couldn't do that one. I told you, there'll be a whole lot of babies being born if I start singing. So I didn't do it.
That's what it sounds like.
But that's where my passion comes into it. That's where I love to get tangled in, because I can get lost into this stuff for hours. Being the creative side of it, I love that end of it, because a lot of it, when we started this show 6 years ago, it's like, gosh, it was such a struggle because I was trying to please everybody with what we were doing. And then it got to the point where I'm just going to do stuff just to make me laugh. And that's what really started to take the show off, is in the producing side of it. I would edit stuff in there that I know Les didn't say, right? I would throw just a random bleep in there on something that he would just say and just make it sound like he cursed when he didn't. And it was just funny to me. I laughed. I got a good kick out of it. And I would just keep going, and the little graphics that I throw in there, like him playing football last week, I just, it's just a random one that I put together and threw in there. It's like, hey, Indiana likes old players. Hey, he's got a shot. He can go to Indiana and play.
Now with these knees and ankles, that ain't happening no more. They hang them cleats up years ago.
That's what I love. That's the part that I love, the creative side of doing this podcast. And we started July of 2020, and being able, bringing on the guests. We've had guests almost every single week for the last 8 months now.
Yeah.
And it's been a blessing to have these people coming in and saying, hey, they want to be a part of the show. And we just go in and we just like to have fun and relax and just, and I get to talk with one of my closest friends. I've known Les for about 16, 17 years, something like that now. And when I asked him to be a part of the show with me, this is kind of like my therapy, because I have one of my closest friends that I get to dump my stuff on, and and he'll call me on my mess, and like, hey, dude, that's not right. So
it's amazing that I'm a voice of reason sometimes, because I don't have nobody to reason with me. I'm reasoning with myself in the corner.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. No. And man, I do have some guests that I would love to have on, and I've mentioned this one before, and it's for me, it's always Robin Roberts.
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
She is my number one that I would love to have on. I just think that I watch Good Morning America every day because she's on it. Yeah. I used to love her back on the days when she was on ESPN. And I just feel like she's just got a countless number of stories that she can tell her growing up, I grew up in Alabama, her family's from that Alabama, Mississippi area. So, I feel like, I have a connection with her. And so she's one that I would love to have on.
Well, put it out there.
Awesome.
Clip this.
Yeah.
Put it out there. Tag
Yes,
her.
clipping that part. Yes.
Wow.
She would be, and she's been through it. She has quite a story.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What about you, Les?
I don't know. I got lost in your little story. You know what I mean? I just kind of butterfly through it with you. No, I'm more of a tinkerer. I like to work with my hands, stuff like that. And currently, just for me, it's I've started a new wave of purchasing things that my wife hates me for. But anyway, I buy gadgets and machines and put them in the garage and say, I can make this. That's kind of who I am. And I've always been that guy, though. Tinker with stuff. I reverse engineer everything to try to figure out how it works and what I can do to make it work a little bit better for me. So
a good handyman.
Yeah. That weren't we just talking about this before the show?
We were just having this conversation right before you.
Just having the conversation before the show about being handy, and I think that's one thing a lot of men these days have let go of.
Yeah.
Either you have to be handy, or you got to have money to pay somebody that's handy. Simple and plain, But everything's out there on YouTube University. I've learned everything that I know off of YouTube University, and that's what I will continue to do. I like tinkering. I like doing little stuff here on the side, and if I can make some money from it, I'll make some money from it. If I can't, I move on to the next thing. But for me, that's what I like. I would love to detach from corporate America, period. So come on, million likes and a $1 billion sponsor, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a great quality because you're tinkering and building stuff with your hands, and that's keeping you off your phone, which we're all glued to nowadays. So
right.
It's good practice.
And and if that doesn't work, he'll work it out where he can get his sponsorship from Church's Chicken.
There it is. I'm going to work on it, baby. I don't know if you heard my rapping in the beginning. People say
we've talked about the website, KyleRidley.com. You have a lot of offerings and things on your website. So talk about that just a little bit and share your social media handle so that the people can follow you.
Sure. Well, Instagram is my main place where I post. It's just my name, Kyle Ridley with an underscore. Website is KyleRidley.com. And as far as Ridley Media, I offer media relations. So those are usually contracts for people that want to try and get on TV throughout the country. It's mainly local stations, but I also pitch to national shows. So like a lot of chefs, lifestyle experts, mental health experts, I have clients of. And then I also offer, for people who don't want like the full media relations contract, I offer media coaching or pitching, like 101, how to craft your pitch if you want to pitch yourself instead of having a publicist do it. And then since learning all the podcast stuff, I also offer podcast editing or podcast producing for anyone who needs help, doesn't want to deal with all the technical stuff. They just want to plug in and speak.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta have you can't just wear one hat no more. You gotta have six.
You can't. It's becoming a gig economy for a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Kyle, it's been a pleasure, man, having you on the show. This is our time is running out. There's so much more I really want to dig into with you, and because I feel like you and I have so much in common, especially with your media company, because I do the same thing with TMSP Media, a lot of the same things. And between you, myself, and my wife, who does a lot of the coaching and things like that, we definitely need to stay in touch and talk.
Yeah, we will for sure keep in touch. I'll follow you both. This was such a pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Nation, make sure you check out the site, KyleRidley.com. Search the name with the underscore on Instagram. And you know what, Manspace Nation? We'll be right back with our closeout. As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. Manspace Nation, my challenge to you is block out the noise. Every single day, the world competes for your attention. Opinions, comparisons, expectations, headlines, trends, all shouting for space in your mind. Most of that is noise and has nothing to do with you or who you're becoming. Yet, if you're not intentional, those things will shape your thoughts, drain your energy, and pull you off course. Blocking out the noise doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing focus over distraction. It means deciding whose voice matters and whose doesn't. Not everyone deserves a seat at the table of your mind. When you get clear on your purpose, the noise becomes easier to recognize. Here's the kicker. Doubt sounds so much louder when you lack direction. But when your goals are clear, distractions reveal themselves for what they are, irrelevant. Protect your mornings, guard your routines, feed your mind with discipline, not drama. Growth requires silence. Strength is built in moments when no one is watching and no one is applauding. That's where confidence is forged, in the moments where you keep showing up even without validation. So block out the noise, trust the process, stay consistent. And Manspace Nation, just remember, the loudest voices are rarely the wisest ones. Until next time.
Such a soothing just tone to your voice. It just listen to you, you know? You're such a sweet guy. Sarcastically speaking, but anyway.
Manspace Nation, you know what? I mean, there's so many things out there that are trying to get your attention, man. And you just got to focus, block out the noise. Don't let things distract you from the prize, because you know what? It's happening every day. And everything we see, the diversion tactics and things are just trying to pull you off course. Stay focused and keep going. And you know what we want you to focus on? We want you to focus on Monday nights on WTMSTV.com. It's the latest episode of the Manspace Podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday nights on WTMSTV.com, it's Throwback Thursdays with back-to-back episodes of the Manspace Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I've got
you can hear us all night long if you want to. Just listen. There's 6 years worth.
6 years worth. You can catch us on Spotify and wherever podcasts will be found.
That's
you can
right.
catch the archive and listen to episodes and years worth of episodes of
man. Just go back to the beginning and just
get you
listen.
A Bluetooth eye mask like I have.
See,
and then put on your Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to the sultry tones of Russ and Less every single night while you go to bed.
Absolutely. And you can laugh in your sleep about the game shows. Yeah.
Wake up and be happy with all the excitement that we've had.
I don't know. It's some excitement there, though. Absolutely. We've done some things.
Hey, once again, we want to thank our special guest, Mr. Kyle Ridley, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I can't believe that you just got skunked. That's 2 weeks in a row. It's 2 times in a row now.
Listen, man.
Game show, man.
Listen. It's a setup. It wasn't me.
Dude, you had a 50-50 chance.
It's AI, bro. It's AI, bro.
Okay. All right. We'll see what Allen Iverson had to do with this.
This.
And on that note,
we out of here.
No gimmicks, just game that my sure in sight. They shine like the city on a Friday night. Man talk, real talk, that's the way that you bless. Giving knowledge and some laughs in the same finesse. From life goes to the jokes that hit. They the tag team champs, yeah, legit with the wit. So pull up a chair, let the stress digest. From the beat drops, you know the rest.